Here I see quite a few kids. I haven't been to one that's not family friendly, so I really don't have anything to compare it to. If I go, my daughter goes. I enjoy it. She enjoys it. I let her embrace that imagination, like I was saying earlier. Her and her cousin love to dress up, so it's fun to take them. They get more attention than anybody else. Their costumes are usually, especially Nicole's costumes are done extremely well. She has multiple costumes and gets more attention than pretty much anybody I've ever seen at a Comic-Con. But it's good to see, and people tend to be a little more careful. I've noticed that when there's not a lot of kids around, people tend to curse more. They're not as careful, I guess. But when you see family-friendly, things like that, people tend to watch themselves a little more. And it's a good environment. I think they get subjugated a lot. You see them focusing on how they're dressed as opposed to the characters that they're dressed as. You know, if you look at a lot of comics nowadays, they accentuate certain assets on females, and people mimic that. That's kind of the point of it. But when you see it in Facebook and various social media, they make it seem like such a negative thing. If it was so negative, you would start at the problem, which would be comics. But I don't think it's a problem. I think if it makes you comfortable to dress that way, then dress that way. If you're uncomfortable, then don't. But I don't think anybody, male, female, anyone, should ever feel attacked because they choose to represent a character or build their own. Just because somebody is dressed a certain way does not mean that it's okay in any way to ever put your hands on them. Doesn't matter if you're at Comic-Con, doesn't matter if you are on the beach, nothing. I've received some interesting comments. I wouldn't really say hate comments. But yeah, I've definitely gotten some interesting remarks. My costume involves a lot of harnesses and a corset, so it tends to accentuate certain parts, and people tend to make comments on it, but nothing really negative. I have one of my friends who, if he sees my costume, like anytime I'm, post pictures or anything, he always tells me, put those things away, things like, stupid little comments like that, but nothing really negative, unless it's from my dad. He unfortunately saw some of those pictures. He actually asked me to defriend him on Facebook if I was going to post my cosplay photos. He just doesn't want to see me dressed that way. My dad accepted that I was completely geeky and all of that long ago. I don't know really about advice, but just have fun. I mean, I see a lot of people who write hate comments because people's costumes aren't exact to the comic or the anime or the cartoon or whatever the case may be. And who cares? Most of these people build their costumes, whether they buy little pieces of it or they're completely making it by hand. Don't judge people because they're putting their heart and soul in something.